Without good blocking, your team's not going anywhere. Cisco blocks cyber attacks for customers around the world, including the entire Fortune 100 and the NFL. Because when the game is on the line, and it's always on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
San Diego, the Chargers. Probably make that mistake a few times this week. But yeah, it's a pretty talented football team. Been a lot of close games. Really competitive with everybody. They have quite a few explosive players that we got to deal with here. In the kicking game, Davis has done a real good job for him in the return game. He's been very explosive. Had the big return against the Jets, but they use him on offense too. He's a hard guy to handle. And Dickers, obviously kicked very, very well. Strong on special teams. Offensively, Herbert, can do everything you need a quarterback to do. Very athletic, make all the throws. Allen, as good as he's been, which has been great. He's having his best year, which is pretty scary. He's a very difficult player to cover. Very strong, great hands, instincts, hard guy to tackle. Obviously, Herbert's got a lot of confidence in him. Eckler, another explosive player. And we've got a good, group of skilled guys with Everett and Johnson, so forth. So, well-balanced offense that has been productive. And then, defensively, they got several guys up front, even with Bo's out, with Mack and Thule and guys like that are really disruptive, can make game-changing plays with strip sacks, and they've hit the quarterback a lot in passing situations, third and fourth down in particular. 2 minute, when they need to rush, they can rush. So James, obviously, one of the top players in the league. He and Mack are two guys that can really, ruin the game, have ruined plenty of games, and so got to do a good job on them. A new offense, or a little bit of a new offense, I guess, with Coach Moore. Herbert's had a lot of production with it, spread the ball around a lot, besides Allen. But, Allen obviously is the go-to guy. But after that, did a lot of touches to the other receivers, tight ends, the backs, and they create some explosive plays. And, Herbert creates some plays on his own when there really isn't anything there. He pulls something out with a scramble or an extended play, or throw into tight coverage that there aren't too many guys who can get in there, but he can. So good opportunity for us this week, and a team we kind of know a little bit about, but need to refamiliarize ourselves with here in the next few days.
Bill, with Chad Radlin, do you plan to stick with him?
He's on the roster, yeah.
Tend to maybe bring in another kicker just to maybe...
Yeah, we work some guys out. We usually do that anyway, this time of year. So, look, the guys that are here need to be ready to go. That's what everybody's job is.
Would be open practice squad spot. Thought on maybe adding a kicker there just to have the second one in.
We're going to fill those spots up today.
Bill, how do you envision the quarterback depth chart shaking up this week?
Yeah, I'm not going to make any announcements on our lineup at any position then, so it doesn't matter what the position is. We're not. See how practice goes and see if everybody's ready to go. Hope everybody's ready to go. See what the injury situation is, and we'll go who we think's best on Sunday.
So even with the way things went last week against the Giants, do the same thing again this week?
Yeah, I didn't say that. I said I'm not going to announce anything.
What about the team?
Yeah, well, I think again everybody's got their own job to do, and hopefully that's what they're focused on, not what everybody else is doing. That's what we all need to do, is focus on what our job is, do the best we can at it, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. That would help all of us.
How do you feel like Mac Jones is doing? The Mac Jones after he was benched against Dallas and New Orleans. So this is the Raiders week. He said, "Yeah, we're not making any changes." What makes you take a different approach the last couple of weeks when we asked about the starting quarterback?
Yeah, because we'll see how it goes. I'm not prepared to make any announcement, so I'm not going to do that.
How do you feel like Mac Jones has been performing?
Well, we haven't won enough games, so I don't think anybody's performed well enough. We all need to do a better job.
Do you personally have a plan for quarterback this Sunday, or will practice determine that this week?
We'll see how it goes.
What's Bailey Zappi have to show you to earn a start?
Look, every player, whatever opportunities they have, need to do the best with them that they can. Practice, games, even in meetings and other preparation opportunities. So that's what a player can do. Be prepared, do the best he can. And that's what each guy will have an opportunity to do that somewhere along the line, over the course of a long season. A lot of times it's multiple times in a day. Sometimes for some players the opportunities are a little bit different, but when those opportunities come, that's what players need to do. And that's what they've been told, and they understand that, and I think they're doing the best they can. So we'll see how it goes.
Bill, on Mac, is it something you're seeing mechanically? Is it something emotionally that can be fixed? What's the best way to handle it?
Again, I think, we've talked to all the players about things they need to do. We've been doing that all year. It took more time to do that in the bye week. Each player has certain things that, we feel like they can focus on to improve, and they're working on those.
But a player like Mac, is he seeking help to sort of get better in any specific way?
Every player's trying to improve, absolutely. Every player on our team's trying to improve. I don't see that from anybody. They're all trying to improve. What can I do better? Work on it, whether it's practice, meetings, fundamentals, communication, like whatever it is. And so we'll keep doing that.
What does it mean to have Army Navy in the building, and just the fact that they're playing up here this year, the significance of
Yeah,
the
I mean,
game?
look, obviously it's a huge game. I'm heavily invested in the Naval Academy, but let's deal with that next week.
Was it always your intention to bring Mo Greer back on the practice squad?
Well, we didn't have total control of that. He could have been claimed by another team.
Or was it the thought was that if he wasn't?
So once he wasn't claimed by another team, then we reopened the discussions, but we didn't control that.
Could you envision him getting a few more snaps with the regular offensive players?
All the players that are on the practice squad are, unless they've used all their practice squad elevations, are eligible to be practice squad elevated. Other players could be signed to the roster, like we did with Connor last week. It was out of elevations. So if they're on the practice squad, they're eligible and are preparing and should be ready to play, and potentially are ready to play. That includes everybody.
The league said last week with Cunningham that he hasn't taken regular quarterback reps since week 6. I'm curious why you guys changed him back to wide receiver or fixing those opportunities.
We didn't move him back anywhere. He's been playing wide receiver all year, and he's also played some at quarterback.
Well, then why would you have him stop practicing at quarterback?
Well, there are other players that are practicing at quarterback as well. Okay, he's not the only guy out there, and then it depends a little bit on the offense that we're seeing. So if we're seeing offenses that run plays that he's very good at running, teams like Philadelphia, the first Miami game, then he gets, they're practice squad reps, but they're also reps on things that he does. So he's kind of a unique player. Things aren't straight line with him. He's different than probably every other player we have on the team. So he's handled a little bit differently.
Bill, we've seen you bench and demote players for performance all the time. Fumble, not getting your feet in bounds, what have you. Mac Jones has now been benched 4 times for performance, but he keeps getting an opportunity and keeps getting his starting job back. What makes him different from everyone else on the team?
Yeah, well, look, every situation's different, so I don't really know exactly what you're referring to, but it doesn't really matter. Like, we're going to do what we feel is best for the team based on the individual situation.
Bill, players make mistakes, obviously, but when a kicker makes a mistake, obviously Chad Ryland said, everything was good with his kick, he just missed it. Do you handle kickers a little bit differently in terms of keeping their confidence up and getting to the position where they're confident with every kick they go out there to make?
Yeah, look, confidence is something that comes internally, and it comes when you have success. So, you can talk about it all you want, and there's maybe some merit to that, but in the end, you get confidence when you do something successfully, and then you're confident that you can repeat that success. So, whether that's in games, whether it's in practice, there are ways to try to, construct that, but in the end, the execution is the only way you have any genuine confidence. It could be fake confidence, but genuine confidence comes from real performance under pressure. And that's true of every position. All right. Thank you.